Estamos en Florida, en el museo Elliott, a unas 2 horas de Miami. Estamos hoy con Ken. You can present yourself, Ken.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ken Hallman, Elliott Museum, Stuart, Florida. One of the best museums in America. We're so glad to have you as our guest today. Thank you very much for coming. We have an eclectic collection of 101 wonderful cars from all over from the beginning, from like 1895 until today. We have art, we have history, we have everything pertaining to Florida. And we have a very good collection of Florida Indian. And people come from all over to see that. It's a wonderful museum. And the man who gave us this museum, his father invented front wheel steering, without which you have no automobile.
That's right. And no history.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for receiving us, Ken.
Thank you. This is a four-wheel vehicle. Okay. Since the Roman chariots to now, the whole front end turns right, the whole front end turns left.
Yes.
He says no. I've got a better way. He puts a knuckle here. Right here.
Yeah.
He puts a pin right here.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, instead of the whole front end turning, just the wheels turn. This is the automobile. We go from here to the automobile. And this is one of the most important inventions. Edison called him a genius. And he was.
Unió con una barra de dirección ambas ruedas, generando un ángulo diferente entre las ruedas, posibilitando una buena dirección. Elliott tenía en su momento una fábrica de bicicletas que inspiró a los hermanos Stanley, compraron esa fábrica y luego desarrollaron sus vehículos.
There was a nice family, they were also into horses and bicycles. And they were the Stanleys, the Stanley twins. And when Mr. Elliott got out of the business and went into the printing business, okay, they took his bicycle shop and they built this. This is a Stanley steamer. One of the fastest and most dangerous vehicles ever made. They would blow up, they would have fires, they were terrible. And they're not going to last long because she is going to say, I'm not getting on that thing.
No, of course.
And when she says that, the sales go
Down.
they're out of business. But the one that I wanted to show you, sir, was this. If you step over here a second, this is what I was showing you. Here it is again, the knuckle and the pin.
Yeah.
All the heavy-duty equipment Caterpillar makes, they love this system because the only thing that can break is that pin, and that pin is not breaking. This is one of the earliest cars. This is 1886 Benz. 1886. It's got wonderful German engineering in back, including a wonderful gasoline engine that the Germans invented in 1845. It's got a first carburetor. It's got a lot of things. It starts by taking this big wheel and doing this
Okay.
about 4 or 5 times. And that gives you the spark, because there's no spark plugs. And then that ignites the gas.
Yeah.
And the front end is junk. It's terrible. When you turn this handle, these teeth have to engage in these slots. If they miss the slots this way, that way,
Wow.
this is a Regal. It's a Detroit company that didn't last long, 1908 to 1911. This is what we call an underslung car. The chassis suspended under the springs and the axle. Okay. The unslung car. Very comfortable. Most people don't know this, but we built Rolls-Royce automobiles in America, in Springfield, Massachusetts. Okay? We built some 3,000 of them. 3,000 in Massachusetts with the wheel on the correct side.
Yes.
The correct side.
Behind you is our first attempt at an automobile. A very poor attempt. This is nothing but a horseless carriage. And Packard had more innovations and more inventions than any four other American companies. But unfortunately, they got in bed with Studebaker and had very poor management, and they both went under. But the next car to them is the Lincoln. This is one of the old Lincolns. This is 1930, okay? It had an L engine, okay? Some of them went up to 12 cylinders. But the Lincoln was made with class and was made with a very fine engine. Now, but we go to the Depression. People had no jobs. They couldn't afford automobiles. If they scrimped and scraped, they might be able to buy one of the two most popular. These two, the Chevrolet and the Ford in the 1930s. These were the most popular cars because these were the cheapest. This was out of the league. The GIs coming home from World War II in America, okay, they all wanted this car. Once again, we're talking Packard. Once again, this is one of the most beautiful cars ever made. But they could not afford it because it was too expensive. You could buy one of a Chevrolet and a Ford, you know, and
Instead of this one.
But this is a beautiful car. This and Lincoln and Packard, after World War II, just dominated everything because they were so beautiful and very, very expensive. Now, you get into the 50s, I'll tell you a funny story. Now, you folks are from Argentina, so you'll appreciate this. I had a couple from Cuba. Remember I told you, no habla español?
No.
Huh? So the man comes in, and he looks at this, and he goes crazy. He jumps in the front seat, he starts doing this. I said, sir, what are you doing? I said to his wife, I said, I've got to get him out of that car. This is a museum. And she says, you don't understand, sir. That is his car in Havana.
Wow.
No.
He runs a taxi, and that's his taxi in Havana. I said, I don't care. Get him out of there. So she gets him out of there. The man was absolutely crazy about it because it was exactly his car.
Oh my God.
El museo Elliott recibió una donación de 55 vehículos clásicos del señor Donnelly, que se dedicaba a las guías de teléfono. En particular, se cansó de tener esa colección, la ofreció al museo y como el museo no disponía de lugar, lo que creó fue un depósito robotizado como el que vemos aquí atrás. Le consultaron al señor Donnelly cómo hacían para traer los vehículos aquí al museo. Dijo, no hay ningún problema, funcionan todos. Así que hubo una caravana desde Palm Beach a la zona de Stuart, donde está localizado el museo Elliott.
This is the only one in any museum in the world. And when it works, it's wonderful.
Uno en este caso puede seleccionar uno de los vehículos de una lista y lo traen del depósito y lo colocan en esta mesa de rotación para poder exhibirlo. En este caso un automóvil. Vemos un Austin de 1936, Austin Nippy Roadster. Además de los vehículos clásicos, vamos a poder ver una serie de antigüedades de la época de 1920-1930. En la casa de ramos generales de la época se ofrecía, entre otras cosas, bulonería, tornillos que necesitara el cliente. Este es uno de los muebles que está numerado con la medida de la bulonería. Entonces, bueno, se le ofrecía este ítem, pero además se aprovechaba y se le ofrecía otro tipo de artículos.
Indians were here 10,000 years ago. This particular one is a mammoth. We have two kinds of elephants here, mammoth and mastodon elephants.
Yes.
And right here, this was found right off the shore.
Algunos muebles de los naufragios españoles llegaron a la costa. El museo cuenta con una pequeña cafetería o buffet para quienes quieran hacer un breve descanso. Espero que les haya gustado la visita al Museo Elliott y en cualquier momento nos encontramos en otro evento de este tipo.